Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to have a go at a quiz question that looks like this here. And I'm going to show you how to go about doing it. So what we might do is split the screen in two. So we snap it over here, and then we're going to open Excel and have that as well on the other side. So we can kind of go between the two. So I'm going to pop this over here in here. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we've again, we have the Lego set. We have a different set of data every time we go back. I'm going to copy this and do the Excel work here, and then we'll paste the answers in just to show you how you go about doing it. Okay, so these are our data points. Make sure your last one is in and that it looks okay. So first of all, it's asking you to create a scatter plot graph to visualize this. So I'm going to move myself down here, and we're going to go highlight the data, and then we're going to go to insert, and it's a scatter plot here like this. We usually put the axis title on it so that we're sure what we're talking about. So here on this one, it's the number of pieces of Lego. And over here, it's the price in euros. Okay, so it wants us to figure out what the equation of this is here. So we just pick a data point, right click, and add a trend line. We're going for a linear, and then we're going to go for equation on the chart and the R-squared value. On this one, we're not setting the intercept to 0. We did that just for the journal question. We're not doing this one now. We're actually going to take the data points and get the true model based on the data that we have. So equation and R-squared value. We can now take this equation here and copy this and paste this in for our equation. Now you see here it says no spaces. So that means we're going to come along and delete all of the spaces that we have here for this question. It then wants us to find out the slope. Now remember, it's in the format of y is equal to mx plus c. So the value in front of the x is the slope. So I can copy that and paste that here. So that's the cost per unit piece for this data set. One piece of Lego costs nearly 10 cents. And then here we have our R squared value. So I'm going to copy this and paste this in here for our R squared value. And that tells us how good a fit. And the closer this is to 1, the better the model explains the variation in X, how it's related to the variation in Y. And you can see that these are strongly correlated, positive correlation here. So now we're going to use the last part is we're going to use the equation to find out the cost for 571 pieces. So often when we're saying use the equation, that means we're going to use this and we're going to either be subbing in for X or Y. So we have to ask ourselves, if we have 571 pieces, do we have X or Y? So Y is the yo-yo. So we have pieces, so we have the value for X. So we're going to take this equation here and just paste it in here for a second. We know that X is equal to 571, and we're going to solve for Y. So that means we can substitute it straight in. So Y, I'm just going to go on over here just so that we can start our new one here, is equal to, and we can type in 0.0979. That's our value there, our slope or our cost, by the number of pieces, which is 571, and then plus 1.0932, which is just the y-intercept. And we press equal to. And so this is telling us that the cost is 56 euros here. Now we can change this to euros by going into the number one here and clicking currency. We say euros. So we can put in our answer. We don't need to put in the unit. We can just say 56.99, and we can say check here for this one. And you can see that that all worked out correct here. And there's little things that you need to watch. For example, no spaces here when you're doing this question.